Top 5 running back in the consensus, KJ Edwards has chosen the Texas A&M Aggies. What does this mean for head coach Mike Elko and offensive coordinator Colin Klein? We'll talk about it right after this. If you like what we are doing here at Campus to Canton, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. We are trying to promote the good word of college fantasy football all around the world, and we can only do that with your help. All right. 4-star running back KJ Edwards has gone with the Texas A&M Aggies. Seemed to be a fairly intense battle down the line as well, with teams like Colorado and LSU and even Texas in the battle, but they stole it away from their in-state rivals in the Longhorns, and he is going to the Aggies. Very productive high school career. In 2023, on 169 carries, he rushed for 1,706 yards with 24 touchdowns, 8 receptions for 170 yards. But last year, on 142 attempts, 1,789 yards rushing with 23 touchdowns, 30 receptions for 383 yards and 3 touchdowns, leading Carthage High School to a state championship, a 4AD state championship, and even won the MVP award. Carthage in Texas plays a very good strength of schedule, by the way, 22.3. Anything over 15, we consider here at Campus Canton, anything 15 is about the average strength of schedule for high school teams in the nation. So 22.3, very good. They were the 16th ranked team in Texas. We here at Campus Canton have at 5'10", 180 pounds. And as you can see here, we have an athleticism kind of table for you on what he kind of projects out to be. Now, all these scores are not complete, as we still need some things from his senior year and everything, but you can see his burst score there, his speed score, his acceleration score coming all together for a star index score of a 0.456. Overall, he ranks in as our 8th running back here at Campus Canton. He is my 4th ranked. We are a little bit lower than the services. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, he is top 5 in the consensus. In the consensus, he is RB3 for 24/7 Sports. They have him at RB2. But again, he's just had a very productive 2 years of high school football and been a very, very good player. Overall, what I think about him, he's very much a slashing type runner, one cut and go. Very good contact balance, though, for his size, which I wasn't expecting. He's a little bit on the thin side, again, at 5'10", 180. But very, very good contact balance. Does know how to make moves when he gets to the open field, but I don't think he's the best tackle breaker overall. Very good receiver, which is something we care about nowadays, right? As we project these guys toward the NFL, it's really those guys who can also catch the ball, be that 3-down weapon, that threat that can go on into the NFL and be very productive. Again, I think also displays very good hands, decent body control as well in catching the ball. Not just a guy who's going to catch the ball, screens, quick little dump offs in the backfield, can actually run routes. As I mentioned with the one cut and go, he does have fairly good speed. He's a big play waiting to happen, scores a lot of long runs. I expect that to probably happen as we move into college football and for the Texas A&M Aggies. Really, the only knocks I had on him is I'd like to see him add a little bit more weight. Typically, we see these running backs at least closer to the 200 range are the ones who really succeed in college football and end up making that step up into the NFL. He does have very good burst and speed, but he does take a fair amount of steps to slow down. He doesn't decelerate that well, which might be, again, why he's not the best at like making players miss with juke moves and everything. Still is a very nuanced runner, and he finds ways to just kind of make quick little slide moves to avoid big hits, but not the guy that you're going to see doing spin moves or really big juke moves. Overall, I think this is a great get for Texas A&M. Right now, Le'Veon Moss, Ruben Owens are probably going to be the leaders of that backfield this year, but both can go to the NFL, right? Like Ruben Owens still technically has 1 year left. I could be wrong here, but I think Le'Veon Moss has to go to the NFL. So with that being said, it really just comes down to, if I'm being honest, it's going to come down here to KJ Edwards. Now, I think that they'll add a bigger back to this backfield at some point and possibly have like a split backfield, but we've seen what Colin Klein has been able to do with these smaller backs. Specifically, if you go back to his time at Kansas State with one Deuce Vaughn, who, if you played CFF, know he was a monster for CFF purposes and a really good player and fun player to watch. So overall, I think that KJ Edwards landing here is a good spot for him at Texas A&M. Again, a big hitter, open field guy who can make plays. I was going to say a home run here. That was what I was trying to say. Who can catch the ball out of the backfield as well. KJ Edwards could be a very fun and dynamic rushing threat for the Texas A&M Aggies and could be the next in line after Le'Veon Moss and Ruben Owens. Maybe they'll pair together, him and Ruben Owens 1 year in his freshman season. He won't be a freshman again until next year. But what do you guys think of KJ Edwards? Let me know down in the comments.